I thought I'd show you the finished article before we dive into the tutorial, because it'll give you an idea of what it looks like and why I made some of the decisions I did. I also changed a couple of things as well during the process, so hopefully they will become apparent as you come across them. So this is the tab ephemera folder, and it's quite chunky, and yep, we have got a little bit of a gator mouth there, but it really isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. One thing I wanted to point out straight away, so that when you come across it in the video you will know to ignore what I say. I do actually glue this part, this closure, to the sort of open spine, and then off camera I've got to pull it off because it became an issue, and also because I decided to do something different on the back and inside as well, so it became essential then to lose that. Anyway, I'll do a quick flip through and then we'll get on with the tutorial. So this is a simple pocket or envelope pocket, and in there then I've got some small items, and these are from RachandBella Crafts Christmas kit, and I've kept them in there so that they don't fall all over the place. And to decorate, I used some of the spare 12 by 12 cardstock, and then I've used some embossed coffee dyed paper and a label I had in my stash, and I did this last year for the Christmas collaboration. So that's the front, and then you will remember that I did then the vellum, the Velcro. Got the right beginning word, but I didn't quite get the whole word, so that's that. I've also put in a small little charm there and an eyelet. This is glued, okay, and this is the closure. It's very simple closure, and if I flip to the back, what you will see is, well, this is a tab. A tag, I should say, TAG, a tag notebook, and I made this last year in the collaboration as well, so I'm going to use it this year for all my Christmas lists. And what I'm planning on doing is use this over the next few years so that I've got the lists to hand, you know, things like Christmas card lists, what I'm going to do for Christmas dinner, you know, the type of lists that we all like to make. Okay, so that's that. And what I've also got here then is a loose additional double page with some of the lovely ephemera from the Christmas kit. And I've kept this loose because I don't know how fat and how much I'm going to stuff it. But I could always attach it at a later date if I want to, but for now I'm going to keep it like that, and I've just attached it with this simple bulldog clip there. Okay, and I made this out of a file folder. I've got some here. These are old file folders that I've cut up that I had from the office when we all downsized and went all paperless. Okay, so that's that. And then in the back there I've just added another belly band, and there's a couple of tags there ready to beautify, to put in my journal. Okay, flip it back over and we can put that back on just like that. And here then, so basically I've just stuffed it with as much fussy cutting as I could manage in time to record this part. And you'll see just there that you've got a nice big pocket with these lovely huge tags. Some of these are from last year's Christmas kit. As you can tell, I went through my Christmas drawer and found all these amazing things I'd forgotten I had. It was like Christmas Day. It was amazing. So I was able to put these in the ephemera folder as well. And the pages seem to be working really well. They don't seem overstuffed, even though I've got loads and loads of ephemera in there. I think that's from Pink Monarch prints, which I used last year to make Christmas cards. I had some of them left over. Can't remember which kit that's from, but if I find it I will link it below. Most of it is RachandBella Crafts though. These were from last year. I made these as part of the collaboration, so I'm definitely going to use those in my Christmas journal. I've got some backed, these are printed 4 to a page, but they are from the kit, and I've just reduced the size on the printer, so I've got those to play with and decorate. I had this as a gift, and this was part of, oh gosh, it's getting a bit stuck there. These were part of a swap, so I've kept those safe, ready to use. Okay, so that's there, and just more fussy cuts, and again I've got loads more left over from last year, and those lovely gonks which I absolutely fell in love with, and I've got some more here as well. So I'm definitely going to make some more of those, and I backed them onto watercolour paper, which was a lot of fun. Here are some of my own doodles, some more from fussy cuts from the kit, some more from last year's Christmas kit there, and they're all backed ready. And again here I've done some bookmarks. These are all just from scraps. And here I've got some more cards to make for Christmas and envelopes, and then I've got this envelope which you will see in the video, and inside I've just got a simple bag here with some existing labels that I had spare, so that goes in there, and that goes like that, and there's nothing in the back there, and then we just get to here. And as you can see, I had to remove it, so I've got a little bit of wasted paper there, but that's okay, because I covered over the rip when I detached it. As crafters do, we adapt to our mistakes, but they're not mistakes, they're just learning experiences. So there we have it. This is our ephemera folder for Christmas. I hope you will enjoy the forthcoming tutorial, and please comment if you've got some ideas, because I do struggle along the way, as I always do in my videos. If you've got some any ideas to share, please do put them in the comments, and I would love it if you liked this video and subscribed if you're not already subscribed. Okay, on with the show. I've finally given in. I'm going to make something Christmassy. I know it's not even November, but certain individuals in our design team have been nagging. Jez is particularly one of them. That's Nigezza Creates. I'll link her YouTube channel below. And I just feel obliged to get going on my Christmas ephemera folder. And I decided to do something different. This project was inspired by Treasure Books, Natasha. Love Natasha. Hi Natasha. I'll link her YouTube channel below as well, but I'm sure the majority of anybody who's watching this will be also watching the beautiful Natasha. So she made some tab journals. So that's what we're going to make today, is a tab ephemera folder. And I've got a selection of these gorgeous background pages from RachandBella Crafts. So you're getting a sneak peek here, not quite yet out on the market as I'm recording this video, but will be very shortly. And I've also got some 12 by 12 Christmassy paper from my stash. No idea where I got these from. I think actually I might have got them from a swap with Rachel a couple of years ago. So I'm going to use up those because this project is great for using up your 12 by 12s. And if you've got some not so nice 12 by 12s in your opinion, then this is a perfect project for it. And I have used, so I had some of these 12 by 12s which are pretty, well, yeah, they're not really me. Not quite sure what possessed me when I bought them, but I have turned them into this little project. Now granted, this is grungy, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's not to everybody's taste. Our Christmas ephemera folder is not going to be this grungy, I promise. And hopefully by the time this goes live, I will have already shown you in the previous clip what the Christmas ephemera folder looks like, with a bit of luck. But it's got a front, this is like a little journal. Okay, I won't spend too much time doing a flip through, but this is what we're going to make today. And it's basically, you can see they're the tabs. Haven't actually decided what I'm going to do on the closure, but this is how it turns out. And I did actually use these from the 12 by 12 kit, and I've covered it then with various digital kits. Some of them are Rachel's, some offcuts there that I dyed that have kind of gone a bit too grungy, but because this is a grungy project that I'm working on, it was perfect for this. So there we go, this is what we're going to make today, and it's quite different to my usual one. But I really enjoyed making this and made loads of mistakes, which I'll obviously impart to you as we follow the process. But there we go, that's what we're going to make. Just pop that back on there and I shall get that out of the way. So to make this project, you're going to need some 12 by 12s, doing any design you like. You're going to need some kind of sticky material to use as tabs to connect the pages together. Now I used this packaging tape. I love this. It's kind of like a paperish back for that journal, the ephemera folder I just showed you. And I don't have any Christmassy large washi tape, but I have got these, so I was going to use these because they're kind of, they're goldy and I think they'll go okay. So I'm going to use those. You could use fabric, any type of packaging tape. You could even use strips of paper and just use a lot of glue on them as well. This is a project that you don't have to sew, and I only sew for decoration on this project. What you need is 4 pieces of cardstock, and then you need another 2 pieces of cardstock for the front and the back. And then if you want to cover the cardstock in between pages, let me just show you again. So what you have is, so this is a complete page folded, and I've covered the front and I've covered the back, and then I've covered the front of the next complete page and I covered the back. So if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock, you're then going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other pieces to cover. And when we get to that stage, I'll show you the benefit of doing that, but you don't actually have to. You can actually use the backs of the 12 by 12, and I'll probably do that on some of the Christmas one. But there are advantages to actually sticking over the 12 by 12 because you can cover your tape. But if you're using really pretty tape, that's not going to matter. But you don't have to make that decision straight away. Okay. So I've got to decide now on which 4 pieces I'm going to use Now some of these have got these backing, so that will be okay for the front, but not the inside, because you are going to see the inside. So, okay, so that looks promising. Okay, so that one will definitely do. I'll put that to one side a minute. So that's one. That's got nothing on the back, so that's not great. This is okay. It's got something on the back. Yep, that one has. That one hasn't. Oh, I like that one. That one hasn't. Neither is that. Oh, that's Christmassy. Perfect. Oh, I like that. Oh, that might be quite nice for the front. Although it won't matter if you've got white in there, but I'm going to try and avoid that for a minute. So, oh, I definitely want that one. And that one. I really like that one. I like that. And I like that. That's a little bit out of the colour scheme, I think. So we'll chuck that out the way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to link Natasha from Treasure Books's tutorial below, because it's really handy to watch. And she suggests it's easier if you have even page numbers. So if 4 isn't going to be enough for you, then the next one would be 6. And what you've got to decide is what you want to see on the outside of each page and what you want to see on the inside. And because we'll be potentially covering the outside, I guess you want to put your favourite bits in the inside. Yeah. Ooh, like that. Oh, that's Christmassy, isn't it? Oh, that's pretty. I love those. Right, okay, so I'm going to definitely do that. And I want different colours. I want them contrasting. That's really different. That's really different. And then I might actually use that for the cover, but we'll come back to that in a minute, because all we've got to worry about at the moment is the inside pages. And I'm going to grab my craft mat. And you'll need your trusty bone folder, or back of the handle of a pair of scissors. And well, you know what I'm like for measuring. I don't do a very good job. So what I did, I first created the pages on the bottom, because this is too big. So I wanted to make it smaller. So I just folded up the bottom part of each 12 by 12, and I folded it to 24. Well, actually, so I just went like that on my craft mat and folded it up to 24. So we'll just see what that is now in inches. Let's move that over there. Okay. So you want to try and get it fairly straight. And then as you're folding, just keep it in line on the edges. Okay, so in centimetres, it's now 24 centimetres, and the pocket is just a little bit shy of 6.5, and in inches it is 9.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I hope that's okay. And these are actually already folded, but if yours aren't, just then fold them in half. So that's the first one, and I'm just going to do the same for all of them. So I've got 4 pages here. And what I did next was I measured out the front and the back. So I'm going to use this one. And I used one of these as a template. And just make sure that I've got enough. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to measure 24, and I think what I'll do is I'll just put a nick there. It's gone slightly squiff. Oh, look at that. Look at the mess on that. Looks like we'll be using this then. After all. Let's try this again. It's my ruler, it slips because it's not the heavy duty one. I can't seem to locate my heavy duty one at the moment. And then I need something on the other side of this. I don't know how these were folded because they're not straight by any shape of the imagination. Nothing will go to waste. Come on. Right. Okay. So as we've got 2 pieces here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on 3 sides and leave the top. And do exactly the same here. Glue on 3 sides and leave the top. You could leave the side, but that would interfere with the closure. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the closure? No, I'm just going to leave it for a minute. Okay. So I've got my spare pieces there and I've got my pages here. 2, 3, 4. So this is what it's going to look like. You've got 4 pages. You've got your top ephemera folder cover. You've got your back ephemera folder cover. And then they're going to open like that. So you'll have a page there and a page there. Then you'll have your double page. And that'll be your next page. And your double page. And on we go. Okay. Next thing you can do is round the corners. And I'm just going to round the corners on the 2 sides. On this one, you need to decide which is going to be your back and front, because when I put these on there like that, I want to make sure that I round the right corner. So let me just see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've rounded, that's the right corner, and then I want to make sure that that's on the back there, so these are the right corners. Okay. Now you're going to make a little bit of a decision here. You've got to secure these pockets down, and you can simply glue them, that's fine, or you can sew them, and you can sew all the way around, which is what I did on my little test ephemera folder, which I will find in a second. So what I did was I sewed all the way around there on the base, and then I stitched then all the way around there, and like you can see here I've got a pocket there which I haven't put anything in yet. Then on these ones I literally just sewed the vellum on them, and I didn't sew the edge there, so I'm not gonna sew the edge for a minute anyway. I'll have a think about that. So I'm just going to glue. I'm using Bailey Art Precision Craft Glue, and you need to leave it a little bit of time to stick. If you're making this as a gift for someone, maybe as Happy Mail or some other type of gift, and you're feeling a little bit uneasy about this upside down pattern, there's a couple of things you could do. You could just simply cut the bottom off, flip it over and flip it the right way round. You could do it that way, or you can cover it with more paper, which we might do. You know, you've got options there. Okay, and on this then what I need to do is pop in a notch on both sides. Guesstimate in the centre, of course. And I think I will glue these now. I can't remember if there's any reason why I wouldn't want to glue, but no doubt I will find out in due course if there is a reason why I don't. Now, your best course of action at this stage is to pile these all on top of each other and then put them under some heavy books and leave them as long as you possibly can for the glue to set. That's my advice. Okay. At this stage, what we need to think about is, are we going to add some additional pockets? And you can use your cut-offs, like I've got. So I've got this one there, so I could just go across there like that and use that as a pocket. But in my prototype, shall we call it, I did use vellum, so that you can see what's inside. But I think on this one I'm going to make use of some simple paper to go across, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I definitely want to use that one. I've got this one, but I don't think that's going to go with any of the pages particularly well. And that goes there fine, so we can use that. Okay. Of course, you don't have to put pockets. You can just leave the bottom pockets. And you can even put more pockets on the bottom as well for your smaller items. I'm not going to glue down the middle. Because I think it might pucker. So I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm still deciding on whether I'm going to sew or not. Okay. Of course, you can also distress as well any of the pages, which I may do in a bit now. So I'm just going to leave that like that. Leave it glue like that. Okay, and I think, ooh, yeah, that one goes there. So let's do that the right way around. It's too short. I should have measured that. Ugh. How daft is that? Oh dear, right. It's going to be one of those crafting sessions, I think. Oh, funny. So I'm not really measuring where I'm putting the additional pocket. I'm just making sure that, you know, there's a decent size between, you know, you're going to put things in here, for instance. If I can just grab something on my desk, you'll pop something in there, and it doesn't matter if it covers this pocket, and then you'll have something in the top there. So there you go. So that's that done. And it is at this stage you've got to decide whether you're going to sew or not, because you can't sew once you've put the tab binding on. And so what I'm going to do is I need to leave these dry really. I'm definitely going to sew around the front and back cover, so that's a definite. So we'll go and do that shortly. And I'm going to leave these dry, and when I come back I'll show you how they are looking. Now I'm just looking at this and I can see there's just a smidgen of white there, so that's going to have to come off. Most definitely. There you go. Happy with that. Right, I shall be back in 2 ticks. This is where I'm at. I have sewn around the front and the back rather messily. I've used distressed ink, and it's the aged mahogany. to distress the edges. And inside then you'll see that I've just gone down one side, down the other side and across there to secure the pockets. I have got this rather ugly strip going across each folder page, but I'm not too worried about that because most of it will be covered, and if it's not covered then I can decide to cover it if I want to. I'm going to crack on with getting the strips of sticky tape on there, and I'm going to give my washi a go. So one thing to know about this is that you will see the strips. So you may want to measure them so that they're equal on the page. So when you flip over, you will see that you'll want to maybe keep them in line. So that's something to consider. Or you can just slap it on and then cover this and then nobody be the wiser. It's up to you how you want to work this out. I'm going to try and make it look neat, but I can't promise. The other thing I want to try and fix is that I want space to grow. So in my test prototype, you can see that it's starting to get a bit bulky and I haven't actually been able to fit everything in there. And this is starting to stretch a little bit. So I want to try and avoid that. Now I did try and avoid it on this one, but obviously I didn't leave enough of a gap here. You'll see it looks like I need to leave more of a gap between the pages. So what I thought I would do is stuff these pages so that I can see how big they are, and then maybe put the tape on and see how that goes. And I've got here various bits of card and things behind me, so I thought if I pop these things in here, this may help the process. I've no idea if it's going to work, but I was thinking it may do. So I'll just carry on doing this now for a second. I'll probably speed up the camera. Okay, so I'm hoping that's going to help me gauge the tape. What I might do is have thinner and thicker, like that. Okay. Something else to think about as well before you attempt to do the tape. It's really important to work out which is top and which is bottom of your pages. And I know you'd think that's rather obvious, but when I did my other one, I don't know if you can see now because I've grunged this up. I'm just trying to see if you can see where I made mistakes. Oh, there we are. You can see there, that's all ripped because I kept on grabbing the pages upside down. So you may want to maybe label that, but hopefully if I put them the right way up, then that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I'm going to use 2 strips like that, and then one in the middle. Or maybe actually I think 3. I might use 3 and 2 actually. Yes. And I'm going to try not to measure where I put them. I'm going to just by eye, I'm going to try and put them in the right place, but I may measure the the length of the tabs so that they are, you know, reasonably neat. Okay, hopefully you can follow along and you'll get a bit of an understanding how to do this. I don't feel like I'm explaining it very much, but it's fiddly, but it's good fun. Right, okay, so I'm going to use this as my measuring, and I am going to put this down, bearing in mind that washi is not permanent. You need to take that into consideration. And oh, actually, let me just go from there like that. And I'm going to measure, I'm going to do 4 centimeters, and 4 centimeters is 2 3/4, no, 1 3/4 inches, 1 3/4 inches. Okay, so 1 2 3, so I'm going to do 4. You could work out how many strips you've got and do all this in advance, but I'm just going to do it as I go along, because I just find that easier. And also, if I need to take a break or somebody shouts from downstairs or something, I won't have loads of washi tape sticking to my mat. Okay, so on the top, so on your cover, you need to put the washi tape that you're going to use the most of. So I'm using 3 and 2, so I'll be doing 3 strips on here. So I'm going to add some glue to this. And I'm going to place it nowhere in particular. Like that. Take my next strip. Go to the bottom. Get a cloth somewhere. Okay. Of course, you could draw a faint line down there if you so wish, and you could measure these out as well if you want accuracy. All I'm caring about right now is that it's going to stick. And I'm going to pop that somewhere in the middle-ish. Okay. And I'm hoping I've got enough washi tape, but we'll soon find out. Right, so I've got my first page. So the first page, now it's really handy to have a craft mat here because you can then line your pages up like that so that they are equal. So this page is going to have 2 strips. So you'll always have odd and even pages, or odd and even strips. Okay, so I need 2 strips. So I've got 2, no, I got 3 here, but let's just grab 1 and 2. Okay, pop this this back on the mat and do exactly the same as we did just now. And what you want to do is kind of place it in the middle. So in this one I'm looking to place it in the middle of these two strips, and I'm trying to line it up as best as I can with that one. Okay. What you're going to do now is place this on top of your cover, and then you are going to stick these three over there. And what you need to do is stick it loosely. So you want to give yourself a little bit of leeway so that it's got room to grow. Even though we have stuffed it full of card, etc., but I still think you'll end up doing it a little bit more. So let me just wipe this a second and bring this up, and you will see now that I've got gaps. Not so much on the bottom one, but on those ones you've got gaps. Okay, now I need to cut some more washi. Okay, and if I just open this up now, you will see there that there are gaps, and you can see a bit of glue there. So we will fix that at the end, and we'll do that by going back in and attaching more washi across it. Right, so now I've got my second page, and I've got two here, which means the second page now needs 3 tabs. So let's grab 3. My trusty hand. Okay, and let's line this up. And we're going to put the washi on the top first, just like we did with the cover. And I'm just trying to line it up. And you can see I can line it up with that there. Actually, that's a little bit too over. Let's just move it a little bit. There we go. Now it does pay to take your time doing this. You could quite easily make a journal with this technique, which is definitely on my to-do list. Okay, make sure those are stuck down. Flip it over. Now I know I'm going to need 2 washi, so I might as well grab them here. Okay, bring this in, line it up, and now we are going to do the second washi. So we've just stuck 3, which means we're following it on with 2. And if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, because you can rip it off and re-stick it, and you can always cover the tabs. Okay, I probably just need to give that a little bit of room there. And as you can see, that's got a lot less there. I'm just going to use that like that. Okay. Onto my third page, and because I stuck down 3 last time, I know now that I need to stick 2 down. Let's line this up. Flip your page over, line it up, and because I stuck 2 down, I know I'm going to now stick 3 down. Okay, so the next one now, I need 3 pieces. I've got 1 tab there left. So this would look lovely with fabric. Okay. Line it up. So I've got 2 there, so I know I need to put 3 on here. I'm going to try and line it up with the pieces that are already there as best as I can. Okay, I'm going to pop that on the top. And make sure it's in a line as best as I can. I still think I'm going to get a gator mouth. Okay, so I'm sticking down 2 now because I just put 3 down, so I know I'm doing the opposite. I'm sure fabric tack would be really good for this job as well. Okay, I'm just going to do that loosely. Okay, so that is the 4 pages glued down, which means I've only got the top left, and on the top you don't need to add any tabs because you're just going to glue these ones on. So put it down as you want to see it, and then glue on the remaining tabs. So this is what we have. So you can see the tabs there. I'm going to remove all these now, because I think it'll be easier to glue everything down in the middle without them. Okay, so it's easier to manage. Got a little bit of glue there, but I'm not too worried. So what I want to do now is I want to go across these and secure these pieces down, and I am just going to do the same, cut some washi tape, same measurements. So that was 4 centimeters or 1 3/4 inches. Now, if you were using fabric or possibly paper to do this, you probably wouldn't need to do this step. But because the washi's got sticky on it anyway, you're going to see that sticky bit when you flip your pages. So that's why I'm doing this. What you want to do then is you just want to go along there to stick it down. And there we are, you don't see the sticky bit anymore, whereas when I flick this one open you can see the sticky there. So let's carry on doing that. So I'm just pulling one side to give me the space there. Now, if you were making a journal like this, you wouldn't need to make the tabs so loose. And I think you'd use something a bit more robust like fabric. But this is an ephemera folder. If it breaks, just make another one. Or with a bit of luck, you'll use up all your ephemera. Push all the bits of washi down so that they stick together. And here we go. So we can put something on these pages. And these pages. And these. And these. And these. So it gives you plenty of pages. Just, you know, four folded pages gives you lots of pockets for your beautiful Christmas ephemera. Okay, now you want to decide whether you want to cover these or not, because you may not like the tabs showing. And I'm not too bothered, but we'll do a bit of both, I think. Now I've got some of this left and I'm not keen on this page, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. Just need a pencil. I'm going to loosely cut it so that you can still see a border. Okay. And I need my corner punch. Ooh. Didn't realise I had that on that page. I do prefer that side actually. Put it on there like that. Okay, so what you want to do, if you go into ink around it. And you want to add your pockets, and I think I will add some vellum to these. And I'm also going to sew as well. But if you're not going to sew, then you'll need to glue down the bottom. So I'm not going to glue these down just yet on top of the existing pages because I want to sew to secure the pockets in place. But if not, you can glue them. So that's going to go there like that. And you can see it covers the tabs. It'll secure them in place as well. Let's go back to the beginning. So here what I want to do is a belly band. And I'm going to do a belly band across. the belly band going that way because I've got that notch there, so it'll just get in the way if I do. So let's just ink. So I'm just using 120 GSM paper here. Okay. Get plenty of glue on there. And leave that to set. Okay. Well, I didn't like this, so I will might as well use this piece. And I'm going to do exactly the same as I did on the other one, and I'm going to put them in place and wrap them round. Okay. So that's that one. Okay. So that's going there. And I think there we can have a tall pocket. And I'm also going to add in a piece of vellum on top of this. So that's going to go there. So I will sew around that one. And here, what shall we do? Quite like both of these papers. So I've got this spare here that I could do another large pocket, and then there, what I could do is a belly band. I'll do another belly band like that. Yes, maybe I'll do that. Now, I don't really like that. I'm not sure why, but Okay. So that will go there, like that. And that one, it's not quite long enough. Might as well put another pocket there, I think. Or shall I put a belly band? Yeah, put a belly band. Okay, right, what have we got left to do now? Just got the back. Now on the back, I most definitely want a belly band going down there. So I'm going to do that. And for now, I'm going to leave the back because I'm thinking I might want to do something different there. So I'm going to leave that for a second. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. So that's the first page. And then we've got the standard page, and then we've got that like that. And we've got another pocket and belly band. Ooh, sticking a bit here. Oh, damn. So cover that up. Okay. And we've got a belly band there. Right, I am going to go and sew along all these pockets and pop back and finish the folder.
We are back, and I need to glue the pieces down that I've sewn, and a lot of this is a little bit squidgy, so I must have been not careful last night when I was sticking down my vellum. I'm going to quickly glue all these pieces into place now, and then do the final touches.
Okay, I needed to get the Colol glue out, the heavy duty stuff, because I was struggling a little bit to glue the pieces down. And what I've done as well is where I made pockets, oh, got a bit of seepage there, I've left this bit open to create another pocket, might as well. Now, it would be a really good idea for you to leave this under some heavy books again to make sure that the glue does a good job of sticking. Especially before you put any ephemera in there. I've got a bit of messy glue there now. So on that pocket... Okay, and on this pocket I've left that open there just in case. Okay, and on the back I've made this envelope, and I'll make this on camera now. I made it too big actually. Ideally I should have made it a little more narrower, and then I could have slotted it in between a belly band, but yeah, I didn't think of that at the time, made it too big. So I've used, where are we? It's not plain ball, but I've used some, gone for my head, Velcro. Use some Velcro. Just in case I need to take it out. And basically what I want these for is to hold the more delicate stuff that I can just place neatly in there, like the clusters and things, and I can just slot them in and then close it up. And so what I'd like to do is make another one for the front cover. So just pop that back so it just slots into place there. And now I'm sure there are much better ways to make an envelope than I am going to make, but I'm going to show you how I did that one. But first of all, I've got to decide which 12 by 12 I'm going to use, and you do need 12 by 12 for this pocket. So I've got this green, which I think will go okay. Or I've got this pretty one. I like that. So I think I'll use this one. Okay. And yeah, full disclosure now, you are bound to find better ways to make this online. But I'm going to show you just a very quick and simple way. I'll just pop this back in here. It's a bit gummy because I forgot to do it last night. Right. Okay. You don't need to sew, but I did sew mine. Actually, I'll pull it out. So that we can have a look at it. I did sew mine around on the bottom to secure it. I didn't bother gluing, but you do need to glue the seam there. And anyway, I'll explain as I go. So what you want to do with your 12 by 12 is fold it, and you might want to measure as well the size of your cover to make sure it's not too big. So I need to make it just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to bring that in there. And that there. And fold down the sides. Okay. And then, so that's going to be your back. And then you want to fold your flap over as far as you want it to go. So I'm quite happy with that there, like that. Okay. So it just so happens on this pattern that it doesn't look too bad upside down, but you may not be happy with this seam but there. So we're going to fix that now. So open it up, and you actually don't need that piece. So I'm just looking for my craft knife here. Here we are. So I'm going to cut that piece out. Okay, so what you can do then is you can use this piece over that piece, like that. And that's exactly what I did here. I just made it a little bit smaller, and then glued it on. And the other handy thing is that you can put your brad, or you can use an eyelet, and then you won't be able to see it on the other side because you put it in the spare piece there. Okay. The other thing you could do is use a contrasting piece, and actually that goes quite nice. I think what I might do is put that on the top and then use this for the buttons. Okay, we've got a plan. Now, before you glue all this together, you need to put the brad in there, because otherwise it's a bit of a faff, because you'd have to try and sort of do it like that. So we'll do that first. And so what I need to do is I need to make the buttons. So I've got a small, I think this is a 1 inch. You can use whatever size you like. So let's try and get that flower in and that bird. Okay, and then I've got a spare piece here somewhere. So I've got, this is quite thin cardstock, so I'm doing 3 per button. And I'd recommend that you keep these little pieces, because they're really handy as, well, to use in an art journal or to use them as stencils. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these pieces together. And I'm going to distress the edges. Okay, open this up. And you want to put it down. I don't really want to cover that lovely deer, so I think, yeah, but they'll be fine. And what you can do is you can pop a bit of glue on there just to secure it in place. And then I'm going to use a crocodile, but you can use a pokey tool, your awl. Let me just see where the middle is. Okay. Then pop your brad in. then you can maybe use a strip to secure that. And so the stuff you put in there then doesn't catch. Okay. And then you can glue this bit. And you can glue this bit. And I'm going to round the corners and distress all around. Okay, so what I want to do now is cut a piece to go here. It does seem a shame to cover that, but never mind. So I need it about there and about there. Again, let's round the corners. And what you can do now is, before you glue on, is line up your little button. Which isn't quite in the middle, but we won't worry about it. Who said we got to be perfect? Not me for sure. Okay, and put another brad in. And I am using the 1/8 size, which is the smaller size on the crocodile. So let me check. Let's get in the middle. Okay. And get another brad. On there. Okay, and if you're not going to sew the envelope, then you'll need to glue the bottom, but I'm just going to sew all the way across. Okay, now I did think maybe I need to tidy up this a little bit, so I'll do another piece in there. Okay, and just use a little bit of string. Yeah. And then that will close there. I've got a little bit too much string, so I'll just chop that off a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go and sew this now and be right back. I finished sewing it, so this is what it looks like. So it's just really simple, and while I was off camera I just remembered to round the corners as well. So the back doesn't look too bad. You could always add another pocket in the back if you wanted to, but I think for now that'll go quite nice on there. I may have a go at doing a little bit more decoration, but right now all I want to do is finish this so I can start putting my Christmas fussy cuts in there. So I'm going to use Velcro so that I can remove it easily. But before that, I'm thinking about doing a closure on this one. So I thought what I'd do is I just add some of this underneath the Velcro. That's my plan. And it's just some sort of hessian with a little bit of gold running through it. So I thought, well, it's fairly Christmassy. It's all I could get my hands on right now because my Christmas stuff is still really hidden away in drawers. Yeah, because you only get it out once a year, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to put a very generous amount of glue. Hold that down just for a second. And I want to make sure I can still open this, so I'm not going to do this too tightly. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap there. It's probably going to take a while to set, so I'll probably leave it a little while. Okay, and then get my Velcro. And this only seems to be the one side of Velcro. Where's the other side? Here we are. Before I glue that, I'm going to do one more thing to this, and then I'm going to weight the whole thing down, and I'm going to add an eyelet in here so that I can have a little charm hanging from there. I think that'd be nice little Christmas charm, as I have purchased some. So I need my crocodile, and I'm going to set it to the largest setting and pop a hole in there somewhere. And I have got a bag of little Christmas charms that I treated myself to on Amazon. And I'll leave the link in the description box. Oh, there we go. And all I need now is a bull ring. Where are those? Bear with me. Oh. There we go. And then all we need to do is glue this on the back. So I'm going to add some additional glue on here. Okay, so this is how it's looking empty, and I will pop some photos at the end of the video with it stuffed with goodies, hopefully. But here we are. So we've got our little envelope there, and we've got a pocket in there for all the tall things. Okay, and so flip it across, and we've got a belly band, and we've got 4 pockets there, and we've got our pockets there, and 2 pockets there, and we've got 2 pockets there, and there we've got our double spread pockets. We've got 2 pockets here and a belly band there, our 2 pockets, and a belly band there, 2 pockets there, our double pocket spread there, another belly band, and we've got another large envelope pocket there. And I'm going to have to leave this now so that it glues nicely, and then I'll be back on with some photos. And I really do hope you've enjoyed this. It's a really easy way to make an ephemera folder. It's got plenty of room in it. Hopefully it's a little bit thematic for Christmas. And yep, I'm going to enjoy putting loads of fussy cuts in this now. And if you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, leaving a comment, and even better, subscribing to my channel. Thanks ever so much.